Say, if a Muslim brother is in conflict with a kafir, should the Muslim brother keep engaged in the conflict if the kafir does not stop? Well, what I understand you to say is that you got a beef. That's what you call it in the street, right? You got a beef with a kafir. And the kafir don't seem to want to stop. Seem he want to keep giving up some rhythm. So what you going to do? Crack his head open? Shoot him? Stab him? What you going to do? Avoid him, man. Walk away. Avoid him. Go another way. Tell him, say, man, I don't want no problems. You cool, man. You all right. Everything's all right. Talk your way out of it. You know, it's not being a coward. The Prophet ﷺ told us, the strong person is not the one who's the best wrestler and can throw somebody down. The strong person is the one that can control themselves. So, brother, you Muslim, that person, that kafir, don't have no guidance. They ain't got no tools. They don't have no dignity. They don't have no honor. They don't have no principles. They don't understand. You understand. Invite that non-Muslim to sit down with you and have a cup of tea. Invite that non-Muslim to come to your house. Say, yo, man, I want no problem with you, man. Come to lunch, man. Let me buy you, let me take you to the store, man, and buy you a kafta kebab. Yeah, shish kebab, or what you call it, a donut. Yeah, a donut kebab. So a Muslim had to use his intelligence, brothers. I mean, come on, let's think about it for real. Don't try to be like macho and, you know, like all this here, you know, about how you want to, what you want to do to him. This kafir keep on talking to me. He looking at me wrong. What you want to do? You're going to wind up getting shot, or you're going to wind up shooting somebody. Either way, you're going to lose your life, or you're going to kill somebody. You're going to wind up in jail for what? For nothing. So just wake up, man, and smell the coffee, man. Pull up your socks. So I would like to ask about people who divide into sects. I already spoke about that. I mean, that's really what I was talking about. Breaking up into groups and sects and calling yourself righteous and somebody's not righteous, and this one's a kafir, this one's a mubtadi, this one's a kutubi, this one's a that and so and so. This is some of the jahiliyyah itself. This is foolish. Now, I don't say that Muslims don't have grades of dignity. I don't say Muslims don't have grades of honor. And I don't say that Muslims don't have grades of knowledge or grades of compliance or taqwa. They do. And Allah mentions it in the Quran when He talks about the different levels of believers. But that's not what we're talking about here. Pointing fingers at people and saying who's going to be in the fire and who's going to go in paradise, who's rightly guided, who's not rightly guided, who's a munafiq, who's a kafir, who's a mubtadi, who's a this, who's a that, who's a deviant. No, don't do that, brothers. And don't let yourself get led into that. The real scholars and the real students of knowledge, they don't do that. They point out the traps, the tricks, the holes, the ditches. They point them out for people to give them what? Nasiha. But we don't give Muslims names. We don't start pointing at Muslims and calling them names. We don't do that, because once you start doing that, you don't realize that when you're pointing, there's a finger. See, when you're pointing, there's three fingers coming back at you. Every time you point, there's three fingers coming back at you. Check yourself out. Look at you. Make an assessment of yourself. Look in your closets. Check your house out. Check your children out. Check your knowledge out. And if you're satisfied with your knowledge, and you're satisfied with who you're following, and you satisfied with the level of your iman, alhamdulillah, then teach and preach. You ain't got to be no player hater. That's what your brothers call it, right? Player hater.